Good evening, everyone, from Long Beach, California. Live from Blair Field, home of the Long Beach State Dirtbags. We are just about set for the final game of this three-game road series between your Pioneer League defending champion Oakland Ballers and the Long Beach Coast. Oakland hoping to salvage the series finale before they continue this six-game road trip to Modesto. It's your Ballers against the Coast coming up next right here on Ballers Radio. And we welcome you inside. My name's Gareth Kwok. Thanks for tuning in on your Thursday night as you all get set for your 4th of July weekend. Hope everybody has some special plans in store for what will be a memorable weekend as we celebrate America's 250th celebration. Well, Oakland has been playing a lot of one-run baseball as of late. The last 4 games have ended in one-run fashion. However, Oakland has dropped the first 2 here to Long Beach, both by final scores of 8-7, including last night. The Ballers fell down by as many as 6 runs through 5 innings, and a spirited comeback fell just a bit short. 5 runs in the final 3 frames, the tying run at second base, but the rally came a little bit short. Oakland again trailed 8-2 through 5. Long Beach with a crooked third inning against the starting right-hander Charlie Hurley. 3 of those 5 runs came in on a 3-run homer from Jacob Jablonski, who hit 2 homers on the day off of Hurley. The final line for Hurley yesterday, 4 1/3 innings, 8 runs on 5 hits, 3 walks, 4 hit batters, and 4 strikeouts in the loss. But Oakland fought back in the 7th and 8th innings. Tremaine Cobb and Paul Winland both homered in solo fashion, and Cobb's home run was very impressive. 431 feet to left field before it disappeared into the night sky in Long Beach. And Paul Winland with his first homer against his former team. He hit a big-time shot to right center. And Oakland would pull within 3 entering the 9th on a throwing error from the shortstop Anthony Mata while attempting to complete a double play. The bullpen was lights out for Oakland, and it kept the Ballers in the game, and it gave them a chance. Langston Burkett, the right-hander, through 2 2/3 scoreless innings, struck out a season-high 5 batters. And Jacob Petersheim struck out the side in a perfect 8th to set up a potential comeback in the 9th. And Oakland would initiate a comeback thanks to a Jake Allgaier leadoff walk, a double from Jaden Calora, and a Jeter Ibarra single brought Cam Buford to the plate after Ibarra drove home Allgaier. But Buford struck out swinging, and Winland flied out to center, setting up the stage for Brendan O'Sullivan. Cole Percival, Troy Percival's son, who was just signed about a week ago after a short stint in the Mexican League. He threw a wild pitch that allowed Calora to score from third, and it made it a 1-run game. Ibarra, the tying run, advanced from first to second, but O'Sullivan struck out swinging to end the game, and Long Beach recorded its 30th win of the year. They are the first Pioneer League team this season to reach 30 wins, and it's their 3rd straight series victory over the Ballers. Final score yesterday, Long Beach 8, Oakland 7. Time now for our 2 pitchers brewing pitching matchup. For Oakland, they will turn to the rookie right-hander Griffin Smith from Washington State, and he will face the left-hander Garrett Van Deventer of Long Beach, the former Jackson State southpaw. First time Oakland will be facing the lefty Van Deventer. Coming up next here on the Ballers pregame show, our pregame conversation with the right-handed reliever Langston Burkett, who delivered his best outing of the season yesterday with 2 2/3 of scoreless relief, a season high, 5 strikeouts, and no walks from the youngest player on the team at just 21 years of age. We get his thoughts on the outing, and we talk a little bit more about how his first year in Oakland has gone. Our pregame convo with Langston Burkett is coming up next when the Ballers pregame show continues right here on Ballers Radio. Welcome back to the Ballers pregame show. Gareth Kwok alongside the right-handed reliever Langston Burkett, who turned in his best outing of the year yesterday. 2 2/3 innings, no runs, 5 strikeouts. Langston, you set down all 8 batters faced, and at one point you had struck out 5 in a row. Just what did you make of your outing yesterday against Long Beach?
Everything was just feeling good. Had my fastball rolling for me, was hitting my spots. Would have liked to landed the sweeper a little more, but landed it when I needed to. Get ahead, stay ahead, and put guys away. Try to give us a chance to win a ball game.
Yeah, you and Jacob Petersheim, perfect out of the bullpen. But for you personally, just what felt different about yesterday compared to your past couple of outings, you think, out there on the mound?
Body felt good. Body felt like it was just moving all in one direction towards the catcher. Me and JC were on the same page, and everything was flowing.
First year in Oakland for you, and here in the Pioneer League, just how have things been so far in the green and gold?
Been amazing. Being back home, family can come see me. Great environment, obviously, at Ramondi Park. Love the fans, and we try to bring it for them.
What interested you about this opportunity with the Ballers in your next step?
Getting to play with some guys that I know, obviously back in my hometown, local fans, and then just trying to see where baseball takes me next.
Langston Burkett is our guest here on the Ballers pregame show. Well, for you, you had started your career with the Padres, and through the ups and downs, what do you think it taught you just about being a professional and just pitching at this next level?
These guys are really good. So the biggest thing I took away from playing with the Padres is accountability. Everything's on you. You're a pro. It's time to step up, handle your business, and take it onto the field and compete.
What's it been like so far working with Jim Dietrich's coaching staff, trying to help you with your game?
It's been great. He knows what just to say at the right time. Mound visit seems like every time he comes out, I'm dialed right back in, keeps good positive energy in the dugout and in the bullpen.
How's the chemistry evolved too with you and Jaden Clora, and now Connor Smith? He's just been brought onto the team, but how's the chemistry just evolved between you and JC since the very start of the year?
Obviously, new catcher, building a new relationship, but it's coming along nicely. Both guys are hard workers. Got to respect that behind the plate. They're giving everything they got, and just got to be there for each other, pick each other up.
Langston Burkett is our guest here on the Ballers pregame show. Just for you personally, how do you build off of an outing like yesterday and just try to keep the consistency going?
Obviously, you feel good about it, but it's in the past now. Just try to take what I can from last night and build on it and bring it again the next time I'm on the mound.
Langston, thanks for the time, and we're looking forward to another solid outing coming up soon.
Yes, sir. Go Ballers.
That's Langston Burkett with us here on the Ballers pregame show. We're back after this here on Ballers Radio. Welcome back to Long Beach. We are just a few minutes away from first pitch on this Thursday night. Another gorgeous evening for baseball here in Long Beach and at Blair Field. The temperatures right now hovering in the mid-70s. It does feel a little warmer than the past couple of nights, but only slightly. Either way, we could be in this weather all week long if we wanted to. But again, final game of this 3-game set before we make our way to Modesto for the 4th of July weekend. Time now for our starting lineups. They are presented by Rubenstein. And for Oakland, this is how Aaron Miles has his lineup written. Leading off is the shortstop, Tremaine Cobb. Noah Blythe was out of the lineup the past was out of the lineup yesterday, but he is batting second today and playing right field. Jake Allgaier is the third baseman batting third. Nick Leahy bats fourth and is the DH. Jeter Ibarra, the first baseman, bats fifth. Cam Buford, the left fielder, at sixth. Brendan O'Sullivan, the second baseman, bats seventh. Connor Smith, the catcher, hits eighth. And TJ McKenzie is the center fielder, batting ninth. Once again, that's Cobb, Blythe, Allgaier, Leahy, Ibarra, Buford, with O'Sullivan, Smith, and McKenzie for Oakland. And here is the starting lineup for Troy Percival and his Long Beach Coast. Eddie Pelk, the left fielder, leads off. Emilio Corona, the center fielder, bats second. Cooper Vest, the first baseman, bats third. Matthew Bardwell is the cleanup man. He's in right field. Cuba Bess, the designated hitter, bats fifth. Jacob Jablonski, the second baseman, hits sixth. The third baseman, Dylan Lena, hits seventh. Patrick Roche, the shortstop, bats eighth. And Johnny Pappas is the catcher, batting ninth. Once again, that's Pelk, Corona, Vest, Bardwell, Bess, Jablonski, Lena, Roach, and Pappas for the Coast. We are waiting for the Coast to take the field, and they will have quite the entourage to lead them out to the field. It looks like there's a youth group, or I don't know if it's a birthday party or at least some group outing that is that has the pleasure to line up in front of the dugout and almost serve as a tunnel for the Long Beach players before they take the field. And interestingly enough, they have not taken the field just yet because we've started early, actually, the past couple of nights. First pitch scheduled at 6:35 all of this week, but we've started 2 minutes earlier, so I thought I would start my pregame show a little earlier, given how timely they are. And now Van Deventer, the lefty, leads the team out onto the field. Oakland comes into this game with a record of 16-22. They are 6-11 on the road and have lost back-to-back games against the Coast. Long Beach has already secured the series. They have won all 3 series thus far, and they will try and go for the sweep with a victory today. The Coast, meanwhile, 30-8, which is the top of the Pioneer League standings, and they have been nearly unbeatable here on their home field. 15-2 in 17 home games, which is just remarkable for a team that has a lot of Idaho Falls Chuckers holdovers and some other recruits that Troy Percival was able to attain. And they are just a few days away from officially locking up a playoff spot. They will, they and Billings right now hold the top 2 spots in the first half standings. And right now the magic number is 4 with a sizable lead on the next best clubs. Right now, Glacier, 5.5 games out of a playoff spot, and 7 games back Long Beach. Here's the defense behind the starter, Van Deventer, for Long Beach today. Eddie Pelk is in left, Emilio Corona in center, Matthew Bardowell in right. On the infield, Dylan Lena, at third base. Patrick Roche at short. Jacob Jablonski at second. Cooper Vest at first. And behind the plate doing the catching is Johnny Pappas. For tonight's starting lefty, the 24-year-old from Arkansas City, Kansas. It is Garrett Van Deventer who gets a start for Long Beach on this series finale. He makes his 5th start of the year, a 2-0 record, and good numbers for the southpaw, who works from the stretch. And the first pitch to Tremaine Cobb is a fastball on the outside for a called strike one. And we get things started a little earlier than scheduled, 6:34 p.m. local time, our first pitch. 0-1. Cobb takes a fastball outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. 24 strikeouts in 20 and a third innings for Van Deventer and a 3.98 ERA. Van Deventer on the third base side of the rubber kicks and throws, and Cobb lays off a fastball outside, 2-1. Our umpires for tonight, Bud Dunklin is behind the plate calling balls and strikes. The crew chief, Brandon Hastings, is at first, and Ryan Blaberg is at third. 2-1. Cobb hits a fly ball down the right field line, and it lands foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the Ballers leadoff man, who went 3 for 5 yesterday. 2 singles and a towering home run to left that traveled 431 feet. One of his biggest home runs and furthest home runs of the year. Van Deventer's 2-2 is a fastball just a bit inside, ball 3. Cobb, Blythe, and Allgaier to get things going for the Ballers. Van Deventer set at the belt. The lefty kicks and fires. 3-2 is a fastball low, ball 4. So a nice job by Cobb to work a long at-bat against the southpaw, and he draws the free pass. Oakland's best base stealer at first for Noah Blythe. Blythe was out of the lineup yesterday, back in hitting second and playing right tonight. First pitch is a fastball down the middle for a called strike. 0-1. Noah's hitting .313, 5 home runs, 26 runs batted in. And he is 2 for 2 in stolen bases. And now a pickoff throw to first. Cobb is back in standing. Van Deventer did not start the season with Long Beach. He was down in the Pecos League for the Trinidad Triggers. Looks at first the pitch, and a breaking ball outside. A back pick throw to first is late as Cobb is back in standing. Van Deventer was pitching in the Pecos League in Trinidad, Colorado, when he received a phone call from his former manager at Idaho Falls, Troy Percival. 1-1 is taken outside with a breaker. 2 balls and a strike. Percival, who had just assumed the managerial duties for Long Beach and needed a left-handed arm. And he called him and said, "Hey, are you available?" 2-1. Blythe bounces it up the middle. Shortstop Roche underhands the second for 1. Jablonski's turn to first is in time for a double play. Oakland has hit into a lot of double plays in this series. Yesterday it was 3 double plays, and Tuesday it was 3 double plays as well. So that's the 7th double play turned by Long Beach in this series. Here's Jake Allgaier. 2 outs, bases empty. First pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. No score. 2 outs, bases empty, just underway here in the top of the first from Long Beach. Allgaier batting from the right side. Switch hitter awaits a 1-0. And Jake takes high with a breaking ball, 2-0. Van Deventer, who pitched the last 2 years for Idaho Falls. 2-0. Swing and a miss on a fastball down the middle, 2-1. Last year, an ERA of 8.89 in 15 appearances. 12 of those were starts. 32 strikeouts in 54 2/3 innings. 2-1 is a fastball high, 3-1. Strikeouts aren't necessarily the name of his game, but he does pitch a bit of a soft tosser. The fastball right now sitting in the mid to high 80s. And lefty's 3-1 is rolled softly to third. Lena stays down, collects, and throws out Allgaier to end the inning. Leadoff walk, a double play ball, and then a grounder to third is how Van Deventer starts out his night on the mound. No score. We go to the bottom of the first, and when we come back, Griffin Smith takes the hill for Oakland here on Ballers Radio. No score. We go to the bottom of the first. Eddie Pelk, Emilio Corona, and Cooper Vest, the first three to face the starting right-hander for Oakland, making his third appearance and his second start. It's the rookie Griffin Smith out of Washington State, who works on the first base side of the rubber, faces his catcher Smith. And the first pitch is a check swing, blooper into left for a base hit. I mean, come on, Eddie Pelk. His back control is something else. And again, a check swing, flare over the third baseman Allgaier, who was pinched in on the infield grass. And I mean, there's not much you could do but just throw your hands up in frustration. Eddie Pelk, who has just been an on-base machine this season and against the Ballers. He's at first base. Here's Emilio Corona, the center fielder. First pitch is a fastball low. 1 ball and no strikes. Smith, the Appleton, Wisconsin native, 6'2", 203 pounds, 22 years of age. Again, just finished his collegiate career at Washington State. 1-0 is fouled back to the backstop by Corona. 1 ball and 1 strike. Smith last threw for the Ballers on Friday after he relieved the cricketer Liam Plunkett, who recorded 1 out, 1-1. Corona bounces it up the middle. Second baseman O'Sullivan fields, throws to Tremaine Cobb for 1, and the turn to first is in time for a double play. O'Sullivan to Cobb to Ibarra. Middle infield starts the 4-6-3 twin killing. So same exact start for Smith as Vandeventer had. Gives up the leadoff runner and then gets a double play ball. 2 outs for Cooper Vest. Left-handed bat. First pitch is a slider outside, ball 1. Smith's numbers this year with the Cougars. 6.38 ERA, a 5-5 record. He was their Sunday starter. 1-0. Vest rolls it foul into the Long Beach dugout. 1 ball and 1 strike. 51 strikeouts in 79 innings for Smith. Good control, just 22 walks. From the windup, the 1-1. Vest is out in front, and he pops it up in the shallow center. Long run for TJ McKenzie. He slides, feet first, and makes the catch to end the inning. Nice range shown there from TJ to flag down that baseball in shallow center. And Griffin Smith faces the minimum in the first, thanks to a double play ground ball. Through 1, 0-0 our score here on Ballers Radio. Welcome back to Long Beach, top of the second, no score. Time now for our Caltrans keys to the game. And my first key for tonight for Oakland and the Bats, bring them home. Oakland out-hit Long Beach 15-5, but they just could not get the big swings with runners in scoring position. I believe just 2 hits and about 15 at-bats with runners in scoring position as Leahy fouls the first pitch for strike 1. So bring him home, take advantage of the opportunities. And number 2 for Oakland in our Caltrans keys to the game as Leahy awaits a 0-1 pitch from Vandeventer. And he flies it into right, hit well. Bardowell's on the run, and it bangs off the wall. Kerm's away from him hard and back into straightaway right field. And Nick Leahy, as a DH, has a leadoff double to begin the second. Leadoff double for Jeter Ibarra. And I think the second key for Griffin Smith, the starting pitcher for Oakland, establish a rhythm. Smith, who has not been able to get past the 4th inning in each of his first 2 outings, establish a rhythm, keep the ball down and out of the air against this Long Beach team. Has hit plenty of home runs this series. Those are my Caltrans keys to the game. As Ibarra, left on left, takes a fastball inside for ball 1. Jeter is the only true lefty in this lineup. Aaron Miles stacking righties in the lineup for today against the Southpaw. The 1-0 is a fastball low and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. The Pioneer League's home run leader with 17 this year. A team high 43 runs batted in, and he's batting .333. Vandeventer looks at second to pitch, and Ibarra fouls it off the hands and back into the screen, 2-1. Ibarra's been red hot the last 3 games. 3 consecutive 3-hit games dating back to Sunday against Yuba Sutter at home. This week he is 6 for 9 with 2 doubles and a homer. 2-1 is line foul down the left field line and towards the Oakland bullpen, 2-2. Ballers tonight in their black Oakland stand-up jerseys. Oakland across the chest in white colored lettering with a hand grasping a baseball right around the abdomen. Gray pants, white colored numbers on the backs. Long Beach back in their home whites with the teal numbers and letters and the teal caps. 2-2 pitch from Vandeventer on the way. Ibarra lines it into left field. That drops for a hit. Leahy advances to third and holds there. And Jeter Ibarra has his 7th hit of the series. He is now 7 for 10. And the first 2 men aboard on the corners for Cam Buford. Jeter Ibarra is wired in to start this road trip. Loves hitting righties, and against lefties, it doesn't all that matter too much. He can hit the southpaws too. Here's Cam Buford, lefty versus the righty. And the first pitch fastball is high and outside for ball 1. Vandeventer pitched arguably his best outing since joining Long Beach last week, 1-0. Buford takes a changeup outside, 2 balls and no strikes. He last threw on Friday against Modesto, 6 innings of 1-run baseball with 7 strikeouts. Lefties 2-0. Buford hits a grounder to third, fielded by Alina. Throw to second for 1 out. Turn to first. It's a double play. Leahy does score from third. And it's 1-0 Oakland on the double play ball. Induced by Vandeventer to Buford. So no RBI for Cam, but Oakland does score the first run of the game on the around the horn 5-4-3 double play, which is now the 8th double play turned by Long Beach in this series. My goodness. 2 outs, bases empty for O'Sullivan. Right-handed hitter. First pitch. Fastball at the knees, called for a strike. O'Sullivan started yesterday a multi-hit game. He went 2 for 5. 0-1 pitch from Vandeventer. And a check swing grounder foul over towards first. 0-2. One nothing Ballers. Yesterday it was Long Beach who struck first. Tuesday, Oakland struck first. 0-2. And O'Sullivan chases a breaking ball in the dirt. Pappas picks up the ball in the dirt and then tosses to first to complete the drop third strike. 1 run on 2 hits. Buford brings home the run on the double play ball to third. And we go to the bottom of the second with Oakland ahead 1-0 here on Ballers Radio. Heffernan Insurance Brokers has been helping people make smart decisions since day one, offering business insurance, personal home and auto, employee benefits, and retirement and wealth management. Make a smart decision for your business or family today. Visit Heffernan Insurance Brokers online at hefins.com. Oakland holds a 1-0 lead, bottom of the second. Griffin Smith is back on the mound after a 4-pitch first inning. First pitch to Matthew Bardowell is a fastball low. 1-0 on the cleanup man for Long Beach. Was followed by Cuba Bess and Jacob Jablonski. 1-0 to Bardowell. Fastball knee high, called a strike. 1-1 on Bardowell, who is hitting .341, 8 home runs, 40 runs batted in. Smith's 1-1. Fastball outside corner, called strike 2. Bardowell went 0 for 2 yesterday, but he was hit by a pitch twice, including one time with the bases loaded. 1-2 pitch. Check swing on a fastball. And is Smith going to appeal? I think they're telling Connor to appeal, and he did not appeal down the first. 2-2. Bardowell takes off the corner outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, the pitch before, I'm not exactly sure Bardowell went, but it was awfully close and worthy of an appeal, but Smith didn't appeal. 3-2. Bardowell lines it foul off to the right. First time the Smith-to-Smith connection is in the works for this season. Griffin Smith, the pitcher. Connor Smith, the rookie catcher. For Connor Smith, just his 3rd start behind the plate. 3-2 from Griffin Smith. And it's a fastball low for ball 4. Again, a little surprised that Connor Smith didn't appeal the 1-2 pitch to first base on the check swing from Bardowell. And Aaron Miles, I think, just told him from the dugout, hey, appeal that next time. And that was a very demonstrative message from third base. First pitch to Cuba Bess is a fastball down the middle for a called strike. No balls and a strike. The pitch is popped up foul over towards third, and it's 0-2. The former Red Sox and Rockies farmhand Bess hitting .345, 11 home runs, 45 runs batted in. He homered yesterday. 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Griffin Smith with a beautiful changeup below the knees for his first strikeout of the day. Griffin Smith with a 5-pitch mix, a fastball that'll sit in the high 80s, low 90s. His best secondary is a changeup. He does have a slider, cutter, and curveball, but the 3 pitches we've seen primarily through his first 2 outings have been the fastball, changeup, and slider. Here's Jablonski. First pitch is swung on and missed. That time a slider by the back foot for strike 1. Jablonski homered twice yesterday and drove in 4. Both home runs coming off of Charlie Hurley, the starter. 0-1. Smith's pitch is taken low and in with a slider. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jablonski hitting .322. 12 home runs and 48 runs batted in. He leads Long Beach in RBI. 1-1. Changeup down the middle, looked at for strike 2. 1-2 on Jablonski. Ballers lead 1-0 here on the coast. Bardowell at first base with 1 out in the last of the second. Griffin Smith takes a deep breath, now comes set at the belt. His 1-2 is fouled over towards first. Smith in his last down, and we mentioned he relieved, quote unquote, the cricketer Liam Plunkett back on Friday against Yuba Sutter. Gave up 6 runs, 4 of them earned on 7 hits, and lasted only 2 2/3 innings. 1-2 is outside with the changeup. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So while it wasn't a start officially in the box score, he has basically been Oakland's starter the last 2 times. 2-2. Jablonski bounces it to O'Sullivan at second. He shovels to Cobb at second for 1 out, and that's all they'll get, as the ball was hit slowly. So a fielder's choice, 4-6, allows Jablonski to reach. Bardowell is forced out at second base, and here comes the local Dylan Lena, who just kind of a very loud ovation from, I'm guessing, some friends and family in attendance just in front of us here in the press box. Right-handed bat made his pro debut yesterday. First pitch is a slider inside for ball 1. 0 for 3 yesterday in his pro debut. He was hit by a pitch in the 5th yesterday. 241 batter, 12 homers, 46 runs batted in this year with the Dirtbags. 1-0. Fastball at the knees, called strike 1. Well, he certainly didn't have to go very far to receive his first stint of professional baseball, as he gets to play here at his college ballpark. Smith's 1-1. Lena swings and misses at a fastball, and he's behind 1-2. He was just signed to the roster yesterday by Long Beach. Jablonski has his lead at first base. Not a very big one. Now he goes, and the pitch is rolled to short. It's a belt-high hop for Cobb, who sets the feet, throws to first, and Ibarra digs it out to end the inning. A walk, a man left for Smith in the second. It's a scoreless second for the Oakland starting righty, and we go to the third with the Ballers in front, 1-0 here on Ballers Radio. Connor Smith leads off for Oakland. The rookie catcher digs in against the lefty Vandeventer. Oakland ahead 1-0. First pitch is rolled softly up the middle. Shortstop Roche charges, sets the feet, and fires to first. And Smith is gone on one pitch. 1-0 Oakland. The 8, 9, and 1 bat stood up for the Ballers. The 8-man Smith retired, and here comes the 9-man TJ McKenzie. Garrett Vandeventer making his first start against Oakland this season. First pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. I mean, by now, Oakland has seen many of Long Beach's starters between Hemmerling, Bautista, Wozniak. 1-0. McKenzie fouls the ball off of his foot. 1 ball and 1 strike. But because Vandeventer signed fairly late after Long Beach had come into town, that second series of the year, 1-1 is low. 2 balls and a strike. And his turn in the rotation did not align with meeting the Ballers. So now Oakland is just getting its first go around against the left-hander. 2-1. McKenzie skies it down the right field line. Bartowell chugs in, now stops, and he overran it, and he doesn't make the catch. Throw in the second base, and McKenzie slides in safely with what is going to be ruled an error on Bartowell on a ball that it appeared like he was going to measure up relatively easily, and then at the last second, I don't know if the wind just kind of pushed it back, but he overran it and just tried to fling the backhand out to make the catch, and he missed it. E9 on Bartowell puts McKenzie at second. Here's Cobb. And Trey takes a changeup down the middle for a strike, going 1. Long Beach does not provide too many of these gifts. I mean, you don't go 30-8 and make plays like that. 0-1 is low and outside with a changeup. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cobb drew a walk in his first plate appearance against Vandeventer. The starter now steps off the rubber and uses his first disengagement. McKenzie shuffles off of second. He goes, and Cobb swings and pops it up foul over towards first. 1-2. This is where Oakland struggled yesterday with runners in scoring position. Just 2 hits with runners in scoring position, even though they had 15 hits the entire game and out-hit Long Beach by 10. 1-2 is bounced up the middle softly. The shortstop Roche doesn't see the baseball. He got blinded by the sun, and that allows Cobb to reach on an infield single. 2 rare miscues from the Long Beach defense. McKenzie to third, Cobb to first on, again, a high chopper that the shortstop Roche did not see. He backed up on the baseball because the sun blinded him, and by the time he fielded the ball at deep second, it was going to be too late to throw out Cobb. So men on the corners for Oakland. 1 out for Noah Blythe. And a chance for Oakland to extend its 1-0 lead. First pitch from Vandeventer is bounced up the middle. Shortstop Roche sees this one this time. He steps on second, throws to first, and it's another double play. The third already in this game. We head to the bottom of the third. Oakland leads 1-0 here on Ballers Radio. Home half of the third inning. Ballers 1, Coast nothing. You're tuning into Oakland Ballers Baseball here on Ballers Radio. Whether you're listening on our YouTube channel or on the Home Team Network, appreciate you joining us. Patrick Roche leads off and takes a first pitch fastball inside, ball 1. 1-0 Ballers. Roche, Pappas, and Pelk, the 8, 9, and 1 bats for Long Beach, stood up against Smith, who deals a 1-0. Fastball misses inside again. It's 2-0. Roche has not started in each of the past 2 games. It was Anthony Mata who got the start at short. 2-0. Fastball low and outside, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Rookie out of Boston College, Milton, Massachusetts native. Waits a 3-0. And he takes a fastball high. It's a 4-pitch walk. Time now for our Pacific Pipe climb to the PBL standings update. We mentioned Long Beach, first team to 30 wins at 30-8. Again, their magic number is 4 to clinch a playoff spot. Billings in second at 28-9. They occupy the second spot. First pitch to Pappas. Good slider on the outside for a called strike 1. Glacier and Modesto playing catch-up. They are 5.5 games back out of a playoff spot, trying to chase Billings at 23-15. Smith's 0-1. Pappas rolls it weakly to third, and it's off the heel of Allgeier's glove. And it'll be an error on Jake as he charged in. Trying to field it on the short hop, but it ate him up. Don't think they would have turned a double play on that since it was hit slowly. But certainly a chance to get Pappas, the catcher, and instead, 2 men on, no out for the top of the lineup, and Eddie Pelk. First pitch to the lefty is a breaking ball outside, ball 1. Pelk singled on a check swing on the very first pitch he saw in the first inning, 1-0. And he takes a fastball down the middle for a strike. 1-1 on Pelk. He's a local guy from Huntington Beach, just about 20 minutes away from here. Same hometown as Matthew Maloney. 1-1. Pelk lays off a slider low. 2 balls in the strike. And Troy Percival able to recruit a lot of his former Idaho Falls Chuckers from a year ago that finished as runner-ups, of course, to the Ballers. But a lot of Southern California talent as well. 2-1. Pelk lines it foul down the left field line, 2-2. And when you've worked with a manager like Troy Percival and you came oh so close to a Pioneer League championship and you get to go back home, I mean, that checks off a lot of the boxes for these guys when considering to play another season in this league. 2-2 pitch. Pelk bounces it weakly to first. It's fielded by Ibarra. He looked at second and instead steps on first for the unassisted putout. Roche to third, Pappas to second. Pelk is put out, 3 unassisted. 1 out for Corona. And again, unfortunately, a ball that was just not hit that hard. Otherwise, Oakland would have loved to turn that double play. Started by Ibarra. Emilio Corona digs in. The corner infielders are in for Oakland. Middle infielders back. First pitch. Breaking ball is inside for ball 1. Corona was not one of those former Idaho Falls Chuckers from a year ago. He was with Great Falls last year. 1-0 is flied to right. Hit well. Back goes Blythe, and it bounces on the warning track. It's retrieved by Blythe. They're going to wave home Pappas. Now he gets a late stop sign from Troy Gloss, his third base coach, as Roche scores. It's a game-tying double from Emilio Corona to right field, and it's a 1-1 ball game. Corona got a slider middle away and took it to the opposite field and came pretty darn close to hitting it out. It's only 330 down the right field line. Bounced on the warning track before the ball was grabbed by Blythe. So Pappas to third. Corona's at second. Here's Cooper Vest, the first baseman. First pitch is flied foul over towards third for strike one. Pappas got quite the turn off of third base, and it looked like he was going to be sent home, but then Troy Gloss threw up the stop sign, and Pappas, I believe, slipped while trying to throw on the brakes and head back to third. No balls and a strike on Vest. The pitch is lined into shallow right field, and Blythe has to play it on a hop. It's a go-ahead RBI single for Vest as Pappas scores from third. Corona advances to third, and Cooper Vest puts Long Beach ahead 2-1. So the walk and the error by Allgaier bites Smith here in the third. One out for Bardwell. 2-1 Coast. They have taken the lead here in the bottom of the third. First pitch is flied to right, hit deep. Blythe backpedals, makes the catch in front of the warning track, but Corona tags from third and scores. And it's a third run in the third for Long Beach, and it's a 3-1 Coast lead on the sac fly from Matthew Bardwell. It's been good situational hitting from Long Beach. Bardwell saw a breaking ball and deposited it deep enough into right. And it's a 3-run third inning for Long Beach. Vest stayed put at first. Here's Cuba Best, the DH. First pitch. Swing and a miss on the high fastball. 0-1. What you like about Smith is that he does fill up the strike zone more often than not. In college, he did it. A low walk rate. 0-1. Fly to left center. Hit well, but McKenzie moves over into the gap and makes the catch off of his shoulder to end the inning. Long Beach scores 3 runs on 2 hits and an error. And they take a 3-1 lead through 3 innings here from Blair Field. It's 3-1 Coast as we go to the 4th here on Ballers Radio. Top four here from Long Beach. Jake Allgaier leads off for the Ballers, who now find themselves down by 2 after a 3-run third inning for the Coast. Allgaier takes a fastball high and outside for ball 1. It's Allgaier, Leahy, and Ibarra against Vandeventer. Just 30 pitches through the first 3 frames. The left-hander's 1-0 pitch is a fastball that sails high and outside, 2-0. He's gotten the help of 3 double play balls. Oakland has now grounded into 9 double plays in this series. 2-0. Fastball outside corner, looked at for a strike, 2-1. They've hit 3 double plays in each of the first 3 games, if you include tonight. And it's just killed rallies, any potential rallies. 2-1. Allgaier chases a changeup low for strike 2, 2-2. First time we've seen him batting from the right side in quite some bit. There just hasn't been a ton of lefties for him to see so far in this first half. On deck is Leahy and then Ibarra. Vandeventer's 2-2 is a fastball inside. Not a bad spot from Vandeventer. It's a full count now. Oakland down by a pair. Here's a payoff pitch. Allgaier rolls it down the third base line. A sliding stop from Lena. The throw to first base. Vest can't dig it out at first. And the ball rolls behind him to the extended warning track. Infield single for Allgaier, who may have gotten hit on the throw there by Lena. Our head athletic trainer, Matthew McElroy, sprints out from left field. He is crossing second base and now is making his way to first to check on Allgaier, who, again, might have gotten a hit. I don't know if he got nicked with the ball on the foot or the leg, or if he maybe landed on the bag awkwardly. Did it hit his hand or his leg? They're looking at his left leg. Allgaier is jogging up the line to test out the left leg. Now he's flexing the knee. It was a nice sliding stop from Lena at third base, deep behind third, and his throw was just a little short. Vest is as smooth as they come at first base defensively, but he just couldn't quite dig it out. McElroy, James Harris, still talking with Allgaier, and it looks like Jake is going to stay in the game. Again, I'm not sure if it was a result of the ball hitting the leg or if he just landed on the base awkwardly. But he will stay in the game, and Nick Leahy will dig into the right-handed batter's box. Vandeventer stares at first pitch. Leahy stares at a strike. Fastball on the outside. Oakland on the bench. I should say off the bench for today. They have Winland, Santos, and Calora. 0-1. Leahy fouls it back into the screen for strike 2. A much livelier crowd here in Long Beach on hand for today on this Thursday, with the Coast not in town for the 4th of July this weekend. 0-2. Leahy bounces it to third. Lena has it, throws a second for 1, and it is another double play. That is the 4th double play of the game. They've had one in every inning. This time Leahy bounces into the around the horn 5-4-3 double play. I mean, I've never seen anything like it until this series. Just when things are starting to get going with the bats. A ground ball double play, and you credit Long Beach for handling the baseball. First pitch to Ibarra is flied in the straightaway left field. Pelk was playing deep. Now he comes in to make the catch, and the inning is over. Band of enters through 4. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Long Beach leads 3-1 here on Ballers Radio. Home half of the 4th inning. Coast up to bat, beginning with Jablonski, Lena, and Roach. 6, 7, 8 bats against Griffin Smith. With Long Beach ahead, 3-1. Coast are hoping to sweep the Ballers for the first time this year. Switch inning, Jablonski digs in, and he grounds the first pitch from Smith right at the second baseman, O'Sullivan, who gets a low hop, and he throws out Jablonski for the first down of the 4th. Here's Lena now. Smith, who pitched 2 years at Washington State up in Pullman. Before that, he was a junior college product at Rock Valley College in Rockford, Illinois. First pitch to Lena is a fastball low, and the pitcher, it looked like he wanted to initiate a challenge, but it was not umpire Bud Dunklin. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0. Lena pops it up. Into right center, McKenzie moves over to his left and makes the catch in the gap. And maybe it was a good thing that Smith did not challenge that ball low because, well, I do have the luxury of the TrackMan here upstairs, and that pitch was indeed a ball, just by a bit. And don't blame Smith at all for thinking about using a challenge. But again, I don't know if Bud Dunklin just did not see the pitcher initiate the challenge or if he just wasn't paying attention. I don't know. Either way, there's 2 outs for Roche, the shortstop. First offering is a good slider taken down the middle for strike 1. So Smith still filling up the strike zone, trying to keep this a 2-run deficit. It's 3-1 Long Beach in the last of the 4th. 0-1. Roche fouls it behind the plate and over the netting. And that is likely headed for Dugmejian. The street where this ballpark is located, Dugmejian Drive. That is spelled Deukmejian Jian. 0-2 in the dirt and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Smith is someone that likes to work quickly. Likes to receive the ball from the catcher and then get right back on the bump. He works from the stretch. The 1-2 is flied to right. Hit well. Blythe is on the move. Now he stops and makes the catch to his right in the gap. And it's a 1-2-3 fourth for Griffin Smith, his first 1-2-3 inning of the night. Through 4 here in Long Beach, it's 3-1 Coast here on Ballers Radio. Top of the 5th inning, 3-1 Long Beach on this Thursday night from Blair Field, home of the Long Beach State Dirtbags. It's time now for our chat GTP 5th inning. Chat with me, G, and TP Tyler Peterson in spirits, who you'll hear from next week when we're back home against Modesto. Today is July 2nd, and while July 4th will be, of course, Independence Day as we celebrate the 250th anniversary of this country, as Buford takes a first pitch ball outside, I discovered that July 2nd is National Disco Day. According to, what's the website I saw? nationaltoday.com. Fastball outside, 2 balls and no strikes. National Disco Day lights up the calendar every July 2nd, inviting everyone to embrace the infectious energy of the 1970s. 2-0 is flied foul off to the right. 2 balls and a strike. So, my question to you all that you may enter into our chat if you're listening on the YouTube channel. What song are you discoing to? 2-1. Fastball inside, ball 3. What would be your go-to disco song to break out the dance moves? That is my question for you all today on National Disco Day. 3-1. Fastball is low and in, ball 4. That is the second walk issued by Van Deventer, and it leads off the 5th for Oakland offensively. And up to the plate comes Brendan O'Sullivan. So put your answer in the chat. What song would you disco to on National Disco Day, July the 2nd? Here's O'Sullivan. Right-handed bat, first pitch. Fastball is low and in for ball 1. Tying run at the plate for the Ballers, and before Van Deventer can deliver the 1-0, I mean, Van Deventer was about to throw the next pitch, and here comes the pitching coach for Long Beach, Jerome Williams makes the walkouts to the mound. Jerome Williams, of course, the former Giant who started out his career with San Francisco for 2.5 years, then was with Chicago, the Nationals, the Angels for 3 seasons before then finishing up his career in St. Louis. Former first rounder by San Francisco, 39th overall in 1999 out of Waipahu High School in Waipahu, Hawaii. So he heads back to the dugout. It's 1-0 on O'Sullivan. Vantaventer deals. And O'Sullivan takes well inside. Has to back off the plate to avoid getting hit. It's 2-0. There's a fastball down the middle for a strike. 2-1. Again, let me know on National Disco Day, what song would you disco to, or is still your go-to disco song? 2-1. Swing and a miss. And that was going to be ball 3, low and in, but O'Sullivan got fooled. It's 2-2. I think my song, I love Earth, Wind, and Fire. I could really dance to any of their songs, disco to any of their songs, but if I were to pick one, if I had to only pick one, do I have to only pick one, or can I pick two? I'm going to cheat a little bit. Here's a 2-2 from Vantaventer. And O'Sullivan bounces it to short. Roche throws a second for 1 out. Turn to first. Not in time. Thank goodness. Because if they had gotten O'Sullivan at first base, that would have been a 5th double play of the night. And at least we are spared for the moment. Good hustle by Brendan to get up the line and avoid the double play. My 2 songs I disco to: Earth, Wind, and Fire's Boogie Wonderland and September. 2 classics. Here is Smith, and he rolls the first pitch to third. This could be a pair. Out at second for 1, and the turn to first in time. And that is a 5th double play of the night as Lena starts it and Jablonski finishes it. 5-4-3. 5 double plays turned by Long Beach. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 3-1 Coast here on Ballers Radio. Halfway home here in Long Beach. Final game of this 3-game series between the Ballers and Coast. On this Thursday, it's 3-1 Long Beach. Oakland has grounded into 5 double plays in this ball game. Griffin Smith back out on the mound. He faces the catcher Pappas to lead off. He's followed by Pelk and Corona, 9-1-2 for Long Beach. First pitch is a fastball down the middle for a called strike one. Well, we were again talking about songs that you would disco to on National Disco Day. And let's see what people would be discoing to. A 1. Pappas fouls it away over towards first. It's 0-2. Bob Brenat, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, says YMCA by the Village People. That I think might be a close third for me behind Boogie Wonderland in September. Electrician, he's a staying alive guy with the Bee Gees. 0-2 is a breaking ball in the dirt, 1-2. W. Coburn, I'll dance to just about anything by ABBA. Hey, I'll admit, I'm not, no shame in dancing to Dancing Queen. That is a absolute hit. The pitch. Pappas grounds it softly to third. It's fielded by O'Sullivan. He throws to first, and it's in time on one bounce to get Pappas. And O'Sullivan has moved from second to third base, and Isai Santos now takes over at second. So Allgaier's now out of the game, and you have to wonder if whatever injury he suffered to that left leg is now a bit flared up, maybe got worse. So now O'Sullivan's at third, Santos at second. First pitch to Pelk is outside for ball 1. Lala Lemonbird, staying alive. Staying alive, yes. Burn, Baby Burn, Disco Inferno. That's a classic. 1-0 to Pelk is low. 2 balls, no strikes. Net Wanderer says staying alive. A lot of staying alive fans here. It's here, Oakland 68, 1999 by Prince. I love that. Prince had just so many iconic hits. 2-0. Pelk takes just off the corner outside, and the peel down the third, and Ryan Blaberg says no swing. 3-0. Sarah Landauer, we are family. Sister Sledge, yes. 3-0. Fastball down the middle for a strike, 3-1. Joby Horton, never can say goodbye from Gloria Gaynor. Here's a 3-1. Elk fouls it back behind the plate. It's a full count. I should say an honorable mention for me is the song we play after every home win, and that would be Celebration by Kool and the Gang. That is an honorable mention for me. 3-2. Fastball inside corner, got him looking. A rare strikeout looking from Eddie Pelk. And for Griffin Smith, that's his second strikeout of the game. So 2 outs for Corona. Coast lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the 5th with 2 outs and the base is empty. Griffin Smith's first pitch to Corona is blasted foul back behind the plate for strike 1. Corona doubled in the run back in the 3rd. 0-1. Lined into right center field, and that falls for a base hit, and it might split the gap. It will. Goes all the way to the wall, and he rounds second and stops there for a 2-out double. Got down and fetched that one low in the strike zone on the breaker. 2-out double brings up Cooper Vest. Fourth hit collected by Long Beach. Griffin Smith has only thrown 53 pitches in this game. He's worked fast and efficiently. First pitch to Vest is bounced foul for strike one. This is his first start against Long Beach this year. His first two outings have come against Modesto and Yuba Sutter. So Long Beach seeing him for the first time and maybe just slowly but surely adjusting. 0-1. Swing and a miss. On the high slider, it's 0-2. Matthew Bartowell on deck for Long Beach. Smith is trying to get through 5 here for Oakland. He's at the belt high sit. Runner goes, and the pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Connor Smith. And Corona steals third uncontested for his 13th swipe of the year. One ball and 2 strikes on Cooper Vest. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. How about the changeup off the outside? 3 strikeouts for Griffin Smith and 5 innings in the bunks for the Oakland starting righty. Can the offense wake up and avoid the double play ball? We'll go to the 6th. It's McKenzie, Cobb, and Blythe coming up. Oakland trailing by 2, 3-1 here on Ballers Radio. We are through 5 here in Long Beach, and it's Long Beach 3, Oakland 1 our score. TJ McKenzie leads off against Van Deventer. First pitch is a fastball taken outside for ball 1. McKenzie, Cobb, and Blythe. 9-1 and 2 bats due up for Oakland. 1 run on 4 hits for the Ballers thus far. The left-hander's 1-0 is swung on and popped up in the foul ground down the first base line. Long run for Cooper Vest, the first baseman, and it drops foul behind the netting for strike 1. Van Deventer has pitched 5 innings, allowed just 1 run on 4 hits. 2 walks, 1 strikeout. He has pitched to contact. Left-hander is 1-1. Is a fastball down the middle for a called strike 2. And boy, he has received some major help from his infield. They have turned 5 double plays for him. 1 in each inning. Here's the 1-2. McKenzie lines it up the middle into center for a base hit. So TJ sat on a changeup, and it hung over the middle of the plate. And Oakland has a man on first base for Tremaine Cobb. We'll see if TJ is going to steal in this at-bat to avoid that double play possibility. First pitch, Cobb swings away and hits a high fly ball into shallow center. Corona, the center fielder, comes in and makes the catch just to the left of straightaway center for the first outs. One out for Blythe. By the way, it wasn't all that long ago that Long Beach turned 5 double plays themselves. They turned 5 back on June the 19th against Yuba Sutter. McKenzie runs. The pitcher throws to first. Vest throws to the shortstop, Roach, and McKenzie is out. He ran on the first move. Vandeventer threw to first, and then Vest threw a bullet to second. And Roach, the shortstop, applied the tag, and McKenzie is out. A pickoff and a caught stealing, and the bases are empty with 2 outs for Blythe. First pitch is a breaking ball outside for ball 1. The Ballers just cannot sustain the momentum when they get the leadoff man on. 1-0. Blythe hits a fly ball to left. It's going to hang in the ballpark for Pelk. The left fielder comes in to make the catch. 3/4 deep, and the inning is over. So a leadoff single, but then a pickoff and a caught stealing. And Vandeventer has pitched 6 innings of 1-run baseball as we go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-1 Coast, our score here on Ballers Radio. Garrett Vandeventer has neutralized Oakland through 5.5 innings. The starting lefty for Long Beach has allowed just 1 run in 6 innings of work. And Griffin Smith for Oakland will try and do the same. He has given up 3 runs on 4 hits. It's a 3-1 Coast lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch to Bardwell is a broken back grounder to short. Charging in is Cobb. He throws on the run, and it's not in time. Bardwell just beats it out ahead of the throw from Cobb, who did all he could to charge that broken back grounder up the middle. A very close play at first base, but no argument from Aaron Miles or the rest of the Ballers contingent. An infield single brings Cuba Best, the DH, to the plate. This is a big spot in the game. Long Beach, the middle of their lineup, seeing Smith for a third time through the lineup. First pitch is a slider high and outside for ball one. And besides a 3-run third, Smith has pitched very well today in his, again, just his second professional start. The 1-0. Best takes a fastball on the lower inside corner for a strike. 1-1. Smith has induced one double play grounder today. Is 1-1, runner goes. And Best hooks it foul down the right field line into the first base netting. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So this is already a season-long performance for Griffin Smith. First time pitching into the 5th and now into the 6th for the former Washington State right-hander. He comes at the set and the 1-2. Change up low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he's worked efficiently, just 57 pitches coming into the frame. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Smith throws. Best clocks one to right. It's hit well, and it is gone. Cuba Best, the DH, homers for a second straight night. It's his 12th of the year. And the Coast now lead 5-1. He golfs a changeup low in the zone into his own bullpen and right. 108 miles an hour off the bat, 354 feet the distance. And Long Beach has now doubled their lead. Here is Jablonski, the second baseman. First pitch breaking ball is a bit outside for ball one. One and 0 on Jablonski. And Jablonski fouls it off of his foot. Ouch. Got down on the knee. Now he's back up and limping around the batter's box. He's had a couple of the foul balls fouled off of his foot. He does wear a shin guard on that right shin. Gets back in the box. Appears to be okay. It's 1-1. The pitch is fouled off of Smith. And Smith now shaken up after the ball might have hit him in the glove hand. He shook off the glove and then just kind of was just shaking out the hand and the sensation. A 2-run homer by Cuba Bess has doubled the Long Beach lead to 4. 5-1 Coast. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jablonski. Smith throws. Breaking ball is low and outside. Ball 2. And a challenge here from Connor Smith.
After review of the irrecoverable strike zone challenge, the call has been confirmed a ball.
Call has confirmed a ball. And not a bad idea from Smith there. He knows his right-hander needs some help here in the 6th. Try and push through, but it was indeed a ball. 2-2. That's outside with a breaking ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Can't really see who's warming up in left field. Our view is obstructed from the press box and of the Ballers bullpen. 3-2. Jablonski hits it foul off of his hands. Long Beach trying to sweep Oakland for the first time this season. They have dominated in the season series. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch is cut on and missed, strike 3. On a high inside fastball, Smith wins the battle and picks up his 4th strikeout. Here's Lena. Lena is 0 for 2. He is bounced out to short and flied out to center. Still looking for his first pro hit, and he takes a fastball outside for ball 1. Well, Long Beach won 4 of 6 in the second series of the year back in Oakland. They came back to Oakland a couple weeks later, took 2 of 3. 1-0. Lena hits a swinging bunt in front of the mound. It's picked up by the pitcher Smith, and he tosses to first for the second out of the frame. Here comes Patrick Roche, the shortstop. They've won the first 2 this week. So what? That's 8 wins in 11 games. First pitch to Roche. Fastball down the middle for a strike. 0-1. Eight wins in 11 meetings thus far. That's some ownage right there. 0-1. Roche hits a hard ground ball into left field for a base hit. 2-out single brings Pappas to the plate. I'm under the impression that we're having some HTN audio issues, and I will say the hardworking broadcasters, Joey Miller and Jesse Cook of Long Beach, are, I think, troubleshooting some audio issues themselves. So I think we're all in this together right now, trying to troubleshoot what's going on. First pitch to Pappas is a strike on the outside, 0-1. So appreciate your patience, and if you're tuning in on the YouTube channel, well, I don't think anything has gone wrong thus far. 0-1. Pappas hits a hard grounder to short, and it's fielded belt high by Cobb, and he gets the lead out at second for the final out of the 6th. Cuba Best, though, hits a 2-run home run, and Long Beach extends its lead to 4. 5-1 Coast. We head to the 7th. Santos, Leahy, and Ibarra coming up here on Ballers Radio. 2/3 of the way through here from Long Beach on this Thursday. Isai Santos stands in the lefty box against Van Deventer. And the first pitch fastball is taken down the middle for a called strike one. 5-1 Coast, our score. Gareth Kwok live here in Long Beach at Blair Field for Ballers Radio. Isai is hitting for the first time today for Jake Allgaier, who left the game with an apparent leg injury. 0-1 is low and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Allgaier beat out an infield single in the fourth, but then, again, I'm not sure if the ball hit his leg or if he planted his foot awkwardly on the base, but eventually left the game. 1-1 is in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. He did stay in the game to run the bases, but then in the bottom of the fourth, Isai came in off the bench. So a left-on-left matchup here, 2-1. Santos rolls it softly to second. It's a short hop for Jablonski, who throws out Santos for the first out. So hopefully just a precautionary decision from Aaron Miles on Jake's injury there. Nick Leahy, the batter. Van Deventer has just been terrific tonight for Long Beach. A season high now, 6 1/3 innings. First pitch to Leahy is grounded fair down the left field line. It heads into the corner. It's dug out by the left fielder Pelk, and Leahy is into second base with his second double of the night. So Leahy scalds one down the line at third. And can Oakland score its first run since the second? Name of the game today has been the double play ball. Oakland in this game has gone the leadoff man on 4 out of the 6 innings, and they have grounded into 5 double plays. Here's Jeter Ibarra. Lefty on lefty matchup. First pitch is softly hit up the middle on the ground. Shortstop Roach charges, throws out Ibarra by about a step. Leahy advances to third, and there's 2 gone. 2 gone for Buford. I was curious, what is the major league record for double plays turned? And it is 7. The Cubs did it last back in 2018. They matched the record with 7 double plays. First pitch to Buford, and Cam takes a ball outside and low, 1-0. One ball, no strikes. The pitch. Buford rolls it to short. Roach charges. He scoops it up, throws on the first in time, and the inning is over. Garrett Van Deventer for Long Beach has thrown 7 innings, allowed just 1 run. He has been brilliant, and it's time to stretch. The Planet Fitness 7th inning stretch here from Blair Field. It's 5-1 Coast here on Ballers Radio. It's the Planet Fitness 7th inning stretch. Your 7th inning stretch brought to you by Planet Fitness. Long Beach leads 5-1, and Oakland makes its first pitching change of the night. The left-hander Jake Villar makes his second appearance as a professional. The former UC San Diego Triton takes on Eddie Pelk, the left-handed bat, and leadoff man for Long Beach. First pitch, fastball is inside for ball one. Best start of the year for Griffin Smith. The Ballers righty goes 6 innings, allows 5 runs, 3 earned on 7 hits with 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. 1-0 from Villar. Pelk fouls it back into the screen for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pelk, Corona, and Vest, the top of the lineup, due up for Long Beach. Villar on Tuesday made his pro debut after he signed a deal with the Ballers. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball high. 2-1. He came in the 6th inning and needing only 1 out to get out of the frame. He got a ground ball to Nick Leahy at second. 2-1. Watch out, up and in with a fastball, 3-1. But Leahy bobbled it, and it allowed Matthew Bartowell to bring home the go-ahead runs at the time in that 6th inning with a 2-run single before he got Cuba Best to ground out to first. 3-1. Pelk gets a line drive in the right center for a base hit. Takes a wide turn around first and holds there. Leadoff single for Pelk, his second hit of the game. And here comes Emilio Corona. Villar, (22 years of age, a Santa Clarita, California native, 5'8", 175 pounds. Pitched 4 seasons in college, with the first 2 at Santa Barbara Community College and the last 2 at UC San Diego. Lefty's first to Corona is lined up the middle in the center for a base hit. Second and first for Long Beach, nobody out for Cooper Vest. Ninth hit of the night for the Coast. Villar was an All Big West honorable mention selection this past year after he recorded 36 strikeouts in 42 innings, only 17 walks. Lefty on lefty matchup here. Villar versus Vest. And the opening offering from Villar is a breaking ball at the top of the zone for a called strike. 0-1. Despite a 27-28 season for UC San Diego, they made it all the way to the Big West Championship, but finished as a runner-up to the eventual champion Cal Poly. 0-1. Vest lays off a slider outside, 1-1. Cal Poly would eventually head to Morgantown, West Virginia, to take on the West Virginia Mountaineers, and West Virginia would qualify as one of the 8 teams for the College World Series. 1-1. Low and outside. 2 balls and a strike. Oklahoma ended up winning it all this year in the Men's College World Series. It was an all-SEC. It was not an all-SEC matchup. It was Oklahoma over North Carolina this year in 3 games. 2-1. Vest chops it to first. It's gloved by Ibarra. Throws a second for 1, and Villar late getting over to first base. So it's a force out at second. Pelk to third. Vest reaches on the fielder's choice. Not easy for Villar to get over to first base, given that his momentum is carrying him towards third after delivering the pitch. So men on the corners with 1 out for Matthew Bardowell. 4-run lead for Long Beach. Perhaps trying to put this game away with a big swing. Bardowell, a right-handed bat. And now a pickoff throw to first, and oh boy, nearly thrown away. But luckily Ibarra saved it from going down the line. First pitch to Bardowell. Slider low, 1-0. Oakland has turned 1 double play today. They could use one here to keep it a 4-run game. 1-0, runner goes. The pitch is in the dirt. It skips away from Smith and rolls behind him. And that allows Pelk to score and Vest to reach third base. So a wild pitch scores Pelk, makes it a 6-1 Coast lead. It's a stolen base for Vest, who then advances to third on the wild pitch. And that hurt. Infield now drawn in for Oakland. It's a 5-run lead now for Long Beach. The 2-0 to Bardowell from Villar is chopped weakly to second, fielded by Santos on a high hop, and he underhands to first for the out. And no advance from Vest at third base. So Villar gets weak contact from the slugger Bardowell, and the drawn-in infield pays off for Aaron Miles as he gets the second out. The infield can now retreat. 2 outs for Cuba Best, the DH. Left-on-left matchup here. Deep breath from Villar, first offering. Fastball high, 1-0. Even though Villar was born in Southern California, he was born in Torrance, but he grew up a big San Francisco Giants fan. Tim Lincecum was his favorite pitcher growing up. The 1-0. Best fouls it back into the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. He was highly used for UC San Diego. He appeared in 24 games, which was the most on the team. 1 ball and 1 strike. Villar delivers, and Best hits a line drive into right, and that falls in for a base hit. Best scores. Best is digging for a double. The throw from Blythe is not in time. Cuba Best drives in his 3rd run of the game with a double to right with 2 down. And 2 runs have scored for Long Beach on 3 hits. And it's now a 7-1 Coast lead in the 7th. Here's Jablonski. Switch hitter, now batting from the right side. First pitch from Villar. Swing and a miss on a good slider. 0-1. Oakland in the 8th will have O'Sullivan, Smith, and McKenzie, the bottom of the lineup, dude up. And I don't see anybody warming up in the Long Beach bullpen out right. This very well could be Van Deventer's game. Here's the pitch. It's lined, and it goes through the glove of O'Sullivan and down the third base line all the way to the wall. Best scores. Jablonski stops at second. A bullet off the bat of Jablonski, but right at O'Sullivan, but he could not squeeze the glove. And it rolled all the way down the line to the wall. 3 runs now in for Long Beach. It's now 8-1 Coast. And Aaron Miles makes a walkout. So Villar sees 6 batters, gives up 4 hits and 3 runs, and he will hand the ball to Aaron Miles and head back to the dugout. Pitching change for Oakland here in the 7th as the Coast have scored 3. It's 8-1 Long Beach here on Ballers Radio. Oakland turns to its second reliever of the inning. Jake Villar, the southpaw, records 2 outs after facing 6 batters, but gives up 3 runs on 4 hits. No walks, no strikeouts, and in the pitch now for Oakland is the right-hander Brady Chavez. The Santa Cruz righty, 24 years of age, from Sacramento State. And for Chavez, this will be his second appearance in the Ballers uniform since signing with Oakland just about a couple weeks ago. Dylan Lena is the batter. Jablonski is the runner at second base. 3-run 7th for Long Beach has pushed this game to a 7-run lead. First pitch to Lena is a swing and a miss on a high slider. 0-1. Chavez is a rookie. Pitched in a couple of games for Glacier after he was drafted by the Range Riders in the PBL draft. 0-1. Fastball low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 5th overall pick by the Range Riders, but was placed on waivers soon after the season started. 1-1 from Chavez. Breaking ball clips the outside corner for a strike. 1-2. Pitched 2 years at Cabrillo Community College and then his final 2 years at Sacramento State. 1-2 offering. Lena lays off the breaking ball outside. It's 2-2. 6'1", 200 pounds. Trying to get the final out here of the 7th. It's 8-1 Coast. 2-2. Lena fouls it back into the backstop. Very long, curly hair flowing out of his helmet, covering the top part of the 1 and 2 of his number 12 jersey on the back. Deuce is wild. 2-2 coming from Chavez. Breaking ball line into shallow left, and Buford places on a hop. They're going to wave Jablonski to the plate. The throw into third is cut off by O'Sullivan. And Dylan Lena has his first pro hit, and it drives home Long Beach's 4th run of the inning. And it's now 9-1 Long Beach. AJ Crapo, the quality control coach for the Coast, makes sure to get that baseball for the young man and for his family. His first professional hit and his first professional RBI on one swing for the Long Beach State, the former Long Beach State infielder. 4 runs on 5 hits. This game has been busted open by the Coast. It's 9-1 now. First pitch to Roach is a breaking ball low and outside for ball 1. So that closes the line on Villar. 2/3 of an inning, 4 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Spin throw to first. Lena dives in safely. One ball and no strikes. The pitch. Fastball up and in. 2-0. Chavez is set at the belt. Here's the 2-0. And Roche looks at a slider down the middle for a strike. 2-1. Two-one pitch, low and outside. Ball 3. Roche is the 8th man at bat in this inning. The pitch, check swing and a miss. On a breaking ball, it's now 3-2. Ballers will head to Modesto tomorrow night. A 7-11 first pitch from Modern Woodman Field as the Ballers kick off a 3-game road series in Modesto, and then the Roadsters will come home, will come to Raimondi Park for 3. 3-2. Fastball is inside, ball 4. Here's Johnny Pappas now, the catcher. (7:11) first pitch on Friday, and what was originally going to be, I think, another 7-11 pitch on Saturday as well. First pitch to Pappas, breaking ball high, ball 1. Well, Modesto recently rescheduled their 4th of July game for Saturday, and it has been rescheduled to 2:50 p.m. in honor of America's 250th anniversary. 1-0. Pappas lines it at the third baseman, O'Sullivan, who makes the catch on a knee, and the inning is over. Long Beach scores 4 runs on 5 hits, and the 4-run lead, what was once a 4-run lead, is now an 8-run lead for Long Beach. 9-1 as we go to the 8th here on Ballers Radio. Coast have broken this game open with a 4-run bottom of the 7th, and they now lead 9-1 on the Ballers as we head to the 8th. Time now for our out-of-town scoreboard update around the Pioneer League on this Thursday, July the 2nd. Brendan O'Sullivan will lead off for Oakland against Garrett Vandeventer. The starting lefty is looking to go 8 innings tonight. Left-handers first. O'Sullivan takes outside, ball 1. Glacier with an 8-4 lead, an 8-4 win over Great Falls today. So Range Riders need all the help they can get, down by 5.5 games of a playoff spot. Here's a roller to short, fielded by Roche behind the bag, and he throws out O'Sullivan for the first out of the 8th. Ogden is defeating Boise 17-8 in the bottom of the 8th. Missoula holds a 13-11 lead on Red Pocket in the top of the 8th inning. Billings is shutting out Idaho Falls 7-0 in the top of the 8th. And last but not least, Modesto leads 7-5 on Yuba Sutter in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch to Connor Smith is a fastball outside for ball 1. Well, Glacier needs Billings to lose, and right now that is a result they do not want to see. 1-0. Smith looks at a breaking ball low. 2 balls and no strikes. So right now, Long Beach and Billings well in the driver's seats, and there's a possibility by the end of this weekend they could clinch their playoff spots in the first half. 2-0. Smith fouls it back into the backstop. 2-1. With Billings holding a 5-game lead on Glacier, and Long Beach right now a 6.5-game lead. So there's some results that go their ways. You can see Long Beach and Billings popping the champagne a little early. 2-1. Smith leaves it high with the fastball, 3-1. Garrett Vandeventer in his first start against the Ballers has just been terrific. 7 1/3 innings of 1-run baseball. And just 1 strikeout. The pitch, cut on and missed. On a high fastball, it's 3-2. Just 2 walks allowed, 6 hits. Has induced 5 double plays. 3-2 to Smith from Vandeventer. And Smith hits a fly ball into left center. It's getting knocked down by the wind, and it drops in front of Pelk out in left center for a base hit. Connor didn't quite square that up completely well, but with the left fielder Pelk shaded towards the line and the center fielder Corona playing straightaway center, there was a big opening in the gap in left center, and Connor Smith has a base hit. He is 5 for 10 through his first 3 games as a pro. Here's TJ McKenzie, and now McKenzie hits a fly ball in the left center field. The center fielder Corona runs it down in the gap before losing his cap. 2 down for Trey Cobb. Nightfall here in Long Beach. Crowd has been much more lively today than it was yesterday. The best crowd by far, though, was Tuesday night. First pitch to Cobb. He delivers a slide step and then deals a strike down the middle, 0-1. Tuesday was the best crowd. Today's the second best, and then yesterday, probably the worst. 0-1. Cobb takes high with the breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is, in a way, Long Beach's 4th of July game because they are out of town for the weekend. The pitch. Cobb bounces it to first. It's fielded by Vest, shoulder high, and he steps on the bag to end the inning. Garrett Vandeventer, 8 innings, 1 run allowed. He has been outstanding. And we go to the bottom of the 8th with the Coast ahead 9-1 here on Ballers Radio. Back here at Blair Field, home of the Long Beach State Dirtbags and the home of the Long Beach Coast, who lead the Ballers 9-1 on this Thursday night. Brady Chavez deals the first to Eddie Pelk, and he pops up the first pitch into foul territory. Brendan O'Sullivan, the third baseman, can't make the catch as it drops in foul territory. He was playing over at third and then crossed over the line. And I don't know if the wind was playing any tricks or if he just kind of misread it. But either way, he reached out to his left and the ball dropped on the grass. It's 0-1. Chavez is 0-1. Is taken outside for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Top of the lineup due up for Long Beach. Here's the 1-1. And Pelk takes a breaking ball outside. It's 2-1. There's been only 1 challenge in this game. And that was used by Smith behind the plate for Oakland. Oakland with 1 challenge left. Long Beach has both. 2-1. Breaking ball, top of the zone, called strike 2. Oh, and we have a challenge here from Pelk. So it was called a ball. It's 3 balls and a strike. Or it was originally called a strike, overturned to a ball, 3-1. And there's ball 4 low. Here's Corona now. By the way, they gave O'Sullivan an error for the missed foul ball at third base. Second walk issued by Chavez. First pitch is a fastball high for ball 1. Griffin Smith, the starter, pitched well in this one. All things considered. 1-0. Corona looks at a strike down the middle, 1-1. I mean, you give 6 innings of 5-run ball in the Pioneer League. I mean, that I'm not going to say that's a quality start, but that's a good start by Pioneer League standards, given how good the hitters are, the offenses are. Pickoff throw to first. And only 3 of those runs were earned. Scattered 7 hits and 2 walks, struck out 4. Good stuff from the righty. The pitch, Corona hits a high fly ball to deep left field. Buford is back at the wall. Goodbye. Emilio Corona with his 4th hit of the game, and it's his 12th home run of the year. 4 hits, 2 runs batted in, and his 12th big fly, and Long Beach is partying on this Thursday. The fans are off their seats, shaking their red, white, and blue pom-poms. This is their 4th of July game, and the Coast have put on a show. 11-1 the score. Here's Vest, the first baseman. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Second homer hit by Long Beach tonight. That's it, 1 in the 6th. Corona, a 2-run shot here in the 8th. Now Vest, it's a fly ball to right. Blythe is breaking in, and he has to play this on a bounce. The first 3 have reached base for Long Beach, and here's Bardowell, and I think Aaron Miles is just hoping Chavez can push through and get through the 8th and not have to burn another reliever for tomorrow and the weekend. That's what it's come down to. First pitch, Bardowell takes a slider. Boy, where did that miss? Says the home plate umpire, Bud Dunklin, says high, ball 1. One-0 from Chavez. Bardowell takes low and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. 11 runs on 14 hits for Long Beach. And 8 of those 11 runs have come in the last 3 frames. The pitch is flied foul over towards first. 2-1 on Matthew Bardowell. Two and 1. Bardowell takes inside, ball 3. Three balls and a strike. And the pitch is fouled back. Full count now on Bardowell. Today he's 1 for 2. He's driven in a run via a sac fly back in the 3rd. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch is bounced up the middle and through into center for a base hit. Vest advances to second. Bardowell's got a 2-hit game. And Jim Diedrich, the pitching coach for Oakland, is going to jog out to the mound now so he can go talk to his reliever. Well, even though this has been a forgettable road trip for Oakland here in Long Beach, it's been a nice addition to the game day presentation here in Long Beach. Well, first of all, we've just enjoyed the amenities. You know, first-class stadium. The fans have been pleasantly surprising the turnout's been pleasantly surprising over the first 3 games while we're here. Maybe Wednesday was not the best showing, but Tuesday and today have been good. Nice intimate ballpark. Infield has been manicured well, and we've been treated very well here in Long Beach. And I must say, one of my favorite parts so far about being here is the first pitch to Bess is popped up behind the plate. Connor Smith has plenty of foul ground, and he makes the catch on the extended warning track for the first down of the 8th. And my favorite part is that there's an organist sitting, I guess, maybe 50 feet to my right, all the way at the end of the press box. His name is Jeff Liffman, and he gave me a nice tour of the organ and played a few tunes for me before the game today. Very nice gentleman. Here's Jablonski. First pitch is a breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-1. And apparently, he learned the organ just about 5 years ago. So it's not like an instrument he had been playing for much of his life. But he did say that he had some experience with keyboard and piano. 0-1. Swing and a miss on the fastball. No balls, 2 strikes. And for him, the real adjustment from playing the keyboard and playing the piano was learning to use his feet, which you must do with the organ. And so he said that was the toughest part, just developing the muscle memory to use your feet for the organ. 0-2. Jablonski hits a pop-up. Shallow left field. Buford shuffles the feet and makes the catch to his left for out number 2. And then we were talking about what teams around pro sports have organs. I mean, it's in baseball, there's a fair amount of teams that have organists. Dodgers, well known for having an organ player. You mentioned the Cubs, the Yankees, the Mets, sometimes Seattle. Dylan Lena, the batter. 2 outs, men on second and first for Long Beach. 10-run lead for the Coast. First pitch. Fastball is low and outside, ball 1. And then we were just going around the different sports. Basketball, and then I think the Knicks were the only team that I know of that has an organ player. And he said, yeah, they are the only NBA team that uses an organ. Pitch to Lena is fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hockey, it's a little bit more widely used. Organ players, especially the in between periods, and I know they do like the 3 stars of the game, so they will have the organ ringing for that segment post game. 1-1. Hits him. A fastball plunks Lena on the, I'm guessing the back. I don't know if it's the back or the arm. Bases loaded for Roach with 2 outs. And apparently, Jeff was hired to be the understudy to Dieter Ruhl, who's the iconic organist for the Dodgers. There's a fastball outside to Roach. 1-0. He's an East Coast native and a Berklee College of Music graduate. He's been in the LA area for over a decade. 1-0. Breaking ball called a strike. 1-1. And he has filled in for Dieter on Dodgers games before. And he has filled in for the LA Kings as well. The pitch is a breaking ball taken for a strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chavez throws, and Roche fights it off foul back behind the plate. So it's very nice getting to meet Jeff Liffman, and you can hear him playing tequila in the background. He's come up with all the great tunes tonight, and rightfully so with how Long Beach has played. 1-2. Roche pops it up over towards first. It's out of play. He was saying that the athletic director of Long Beach State wanted personally an organ to be installed here in the baseball stadium. 1-2. Outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I mean, if you have the AD of the university clamoring for an organ for its baseball games, I don't think anybody in the department is going to be arguing over that too much. You let the AD do what he wants, he or she wants. Chavez is 2-2. Roche pops it up, and Ibarra is going to run out of room. It's out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. (11-1) Long Beach here in the bottom of the 8th. Bases loaded. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch is lined into left center, and that is down for a base hit. 2 runs will score. Lena the third. The ball bobbled by McKenzie. It's a 2-run double for Patrick Roche. Now the ball gets past the cutoff man Cobb. Play at the plate, not in time. McKenzie missed the cutoff man Cobb, and it allows all 3 runs to score, and it's now a 14-1 lead. And here comes Aaron Miles. This game has quickly gone south for Oakland, and Aaron Miles will make one more pitching change, looking for the final out of the 8th. It's been all Long Beach this week, and they lead 14-1 as we make a pitching change here in the bottom of the 8th on Ballers Radio. Well, things have unraveled for Oakland here on this Thursday as Long Beach has scored 11 runs over the last 3 innings and 9 over the last 2 frames. It's a 5-run eighth as Dylan Delvecchio is the new man on to pitch for Oakland. He faces Pappas, the catcher, and left-handers first is a changeup down the middle for a called strike 1. 9th man at the plate for Long Beach in this inning. 5 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors. Delvecchio's 0-1. Pappas takes in the dirt with a breaking ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Chavez goes just 1 inning and gives up 5 runs on 5 hits. Pappas is 0 for 3 today. And the pitch is taken on the lower inside corner for a called strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 on Pappas. The pitch inside with a fastball. 2-2. And Delvecchio, the pitcher, is going to initiate the challenge here. And it's been overturned to a strike. So Delvecchio gets it right, and the inning is finally over. 14-1. Long Beach ahead. We go to the 9th. Last chance for Oakland on this Thursday. 14-1 Coast here on Ballers Radio. We've arrived here in the 9th, and Long Beach is having fun on this Thursday night at home. A 14-1 Coast lead, and Garrett Vandeventer is looking to make some history for the Coast. As he is back out for the 9th, the starting lefty deals a fastball high and outside for ball 1. If he gets the final 3 outs of this 9th, it would be the first complete game in Long Beach Coast franchise history. First pitch was high, the 1-0. Blythe hits a line drive in the right center, and that dunks in for a base hit. Troy Percival is standing in front of his own dugout, arms crossed, but he is going to give Vandeventer at least one more hitter. That was a long wait for Vandeventer, but he's only thrown 71 pitches in this game. First pitch to Isai. It's fouled back into the screen for strike one. I mean, if you've thrown only 71 pitches in 8 innings, and they do have a lefty warming up in the pen, but I mean, you got a 13-run lead. Why not just let him go the distance here? Unless things really turn south. Here's the 0-1. It's a fastball low. And we have a challenge here from Pappas. The ball has been overturned to a strike. As well inside the strike zone. Based off our TrackMan data, it's 0-2. Van Deventer throws. Santos sends a foul over towards third. Nick Leahy to follow. The 0-2. Santos hits a grounder to second. Jablonski to second for one. And the turn to first from Roche is not in time. That would have been the 6th double play turned by Long Beach today. And they've honestly could have turned seven double plays had it not been the runners that beat it out. O'Sullivan was one, and now Santos here in the 9th. One down for Leahy. First pitch. He takes a fastball down the middle for a strike, going 1. Here's the crazy stat. He has pitched 8 in the 3rd innings and has only struck out 1 batter. 0-1. Swing and a miss on a high outside fastball. That's 0-2. Just 1 strikeout, 8 hits allowed, but his defense has turned 5 double plays behind him. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch is pulled down the left field line, and that is fair. It drops in front of Pelk for a base hit. Santos advances to second. Leahy with his 3rd hit. And Troy Percival is jogging to the mound, and I think that will be it for Van Deventer. 76 pitches on the night. Maybe Van Deventer will plead his case and stay in. I mean, the arm's got to feel good, and Percival is leaving him in. I think that was more of just a check on, hey, how's the arm right now? How are you feeling? That wasn't a back and forth conversation of, hey, I think we got to take you out here. And Van Deventer said, no, I think I'm good. I think Percival fully wants him to go all 9 here, unless, again, things go really south. First pitch to Ibarra. Fastball on the outside for a called strike. It's 0-1. And frankly, I think Troy Percival will like for him to go the distance because he used 5 relievers yesterday. 0-1. Ibarra taps it foul behind the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. Long Beach will make the trip up to Yuba Sutter for the 4th of July weekend tomorrow. It's going to be a long bus ride from Long Beach to Marysville. 0-2 to Ibarra. The pitch is fouled off of Ibarra's hands and back into the netting. (14-1) Long Beach. 1 out. Top of the 9th. Santos at second. Leahy's at first. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Fastball outside. 1-2. One and two. Here it is. And Ibarra hits a fly ball in the shallow right field. Barterwell charges in and makes the catch. Runners hold. 2 outs. And Oakland is down to its final outs of the game as here comes Buford. Garrett Vandeventer is 1 out away from the first Long Beach complete game in franchise history. He has thrown 8 2/3, allowed just 1 run. First pitch to Cam. And Buford takes a changeup down the middle for a strike, 0-1. This Long Beach quote-unquote 4th of July crowd has been treated well by their home team. 0-1 is a called strike 2, a fastball on the outside. And now Buford wants to challenge this. Buford got it right. It was a fastball just off the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Belt high set from Vandeventer, the pitch. Buford takes in tight. 2-1. Well, perhaps this might be, well, I don't know. How much leash does Vandeventer have? It's only his 84th pitch of the game. 2-1. Buford grounds it weakly to first. It's picked up by Vest. He steps on first base, and that is the ball game. Garrett Vandeventer with a masterful performance over the Ballers tonight. He throws the first complete game in Long Beach Coast franchise history. He goes the distance, allows just 1 run, strikes out only 1, scatters 9 hits and 2 walks, receives 5 double play balls, and Long Beach sweeps Oakland in all 3 games this week by a final of 14-1 tonight here from Blair Field. Coming up next, it's the Ballers postgame show here on Ballers Radio. Back here at Blair Field, as Oakland is swept in all 3 games this week by the Long Beach Coast by a final of 14-1. Long Beach blows out Oakland, and they have won all 3 games this week over the Ballers. This is the Ballers postgame show. My name is Gareth Kwok. And at first, through the first 5 innings, this was a pitcher's duel between Garrett Vandeventer of Long Beach and Griffin Smith of Oakland. Just a 3-1 Long Beach lead through 5 after Vandeventer gave up the first run of the game on a double play ball induced off the bat of Cam Buford to score Nick Leahy from third. Smith gave up 3 runs in the bottom of the third on an RBI double from Emilio Corona, an RBI single from Cooper Vest, and then a sacrifice fly to Matthew Barterwell. And He gave up 2 runs in the 6th on the 2-run homer to Cuba Best, but ultimately it was the best start for Griffin Smith in a Ballers uniform thus far. 6 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts for the rookie out of Washington State. And it was a 5-1 game at the end of 6. But Oakland's offense tonight just could not escape the double play ball. They grounded into 5 double plays in the first 5 innings after they had gotten the leadoff man on in, 4 of those 5 innings. So just a demoralizing way to end the frame after generating some traffic. And after Smith departed, the Long Beach offense just pounced on the Oakland bullpen tonight. They scored 13 runs. Excuse me, my math is wrong. 11 runs in the final 3 innings, 2 runs in the 6th, 4 runs in the 7th, and then 5 runs in the 8th against Jake Villar, Brady Chavez, and Dylan Delvecchio. And Garrett Vandeventer, who was pitching for the first time against Oakland this year, the southpaw who was pitching in the Pecos League for Trinidad at the start of the season, got a call from Troy Percival and said, hey, do you want to join my rotation? I need a lefty. He said, of course. And Vandeventer has just been money for them to start the year. He goes the distance tonight. The first complete game in Long Beach franchise history. Goes all 9 innings, allows just 1 run on 9 hits with 2 walks and just 1 strikeouts as the Coast sweep the Ballers today by a final of 14-1. Final totals in this one, Oakland with 1 run on 9 hits, 3 errors. And let's see, tonight they stranded 5 on base. Long Beach 14 runs, 16 hits, 1 error, and they stranded 7 on base. The winning pitcher is Garrett Vandeventer. The complete game winner is 3-0. Griffin Smith goes to 0-2 in a game that lasted 2 hours and 36 minutes in front of this 4th of July crowd for Long Beach, who, again, they are out of town for the 4th of July, so this was their 4th of July game. Here from Blair Field. Coming up next, Pioneer League scores and a preview to our weekend series in Modesto when the Ballers postgame show continues here on Ballers Radio. Back here on the Ballers postgame show as we wrap things up here in Long Beach. Final score again, 14-1. Long Beach wins and they sweep Oakland in all 3 games in this midweek series. One last look at scores around the Pioneer League today. The Glacier Range Riders defeat the Great Falls Voyagers 8-4. Ogden blows out Boise 20-8. Red Pocket has come from behind. They lead now 17-15 on Missoula in the bottom of the 9th. Billings takes care of business. They shut out Idaho Falls 9-0. And last but not least, Modesto leads 9-7 on Yuba Sutter in the top of the 8th. Let's look ahead at this weekend's matchup, this weekend's series against Modesto. We will bus up to Modesto in just a little bit. We'll make that about, 6.5, 7 hour ride. We're going to get in pretty early in the morning tomorrow. But either way, Oakland will need to bounce back against a very good Modesto team that took 2 of 3 last time at Modern Woodman Field. And tomorrow night, on the day before the 4th, It'll be a 7-11 first pitch from Modern Woodman Field between your Ballers on the road against the Roadsters. So we will go live at around 6:55 p.m. local time from the Central Valley. I'll be on site and on the call for Ballers Radio as they take on Modesto, hoping to get some revenge against the Roadsters, who again took 2 of 3 over the Ballers last time Oakland was in town. First pitch at 7:11. We will have the Ballers pregame show beginning at 6:55 on Ballers Radio and on the Home Team Network. That's going to do things for us tonight here from Long Beach. For Tyler Peterson, I'm Gareth Kwok saying so long. Final score, Long Beach 14, Oakland 1. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. We'll talk to you all tomorrow. But until then, so long, everybody.